Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the Type QQ channel, and welcome back to some more Tenta shooter, as we now spread our wings with Type C and able to rock this sumbitch. I mean, of course I say we spread our wings, but as we are probably going to get them penetrated by tentacles in the rudest way possible, rudest fashion possible. That's just how this game goes. But of course, I say that, but we all know it's all tremor worms. I don't know what the hell I don't know what I'm insinuating about this game. But yes, Type C, as you may notice, is a little bit different from the last type that we used. That was a little rough around the edges, every edge. This one, you get a bit more flexibility with your counter gauge. And although it's got that little graphical twitch, you can take advantage of countering more bullets. Than you can other. What the shit am I saying? Is it really too early in the morning for this? Than other forms of this character. Yeah, and as I was saying before, the countering ability is really great. It's twofold. Not only is it really great as a defensive mechanism to kind of remove bullets from hitting you in the head, you're turning them also into bullets. So it's solving two issues with one stone. That's how that saying works. That's a pretty nice counter right there, if I do say. But you'll see that a lot more with this with Type C than others. Is that you're going to see a lot more almost like somewhat suicide play, where we're going to kind of charge into big globs of bullets, activate our counter on them, and yes, send the bullets back there where they once they came, or even onto new enemies that show up. But here we are, level 1 boss. Oh no, the bees. The big thing is we gotta make sure we break her wings before we actually kill her. So, spending a little level here on the side there. There we go. So we got those two pieces there. Not to mention on Type C, that alternate fire that we don't use all the time is actually quite powerful as well. You can see right there, as we moronically just sit on the boss and take a hit. That short little spike of shot that comes out is very powerful. On to stage 2. And of course, even with Type C, you hear my voice. You know how that works by now. We don't necessarily 1cc this run, although it comes out pretty well for a first try. Although it hasn't really been our first try. We played Type C with the demo, but the demo necessarily didn't go the full length of the game either. But as we find out, pretty close now. Oh, we're missing. Oh, we just barely picked that up. I think there's 10 of them per level or something like that, and you want to kind of pick those all up for a big end of the level's bonus. And not the easiest way to take that guy out, but all the same. all the same he's done. Yeah, I would say that was probably an easier way of doing it. And as you can see, our counter gauge also, you know, recovers very quickly, even when it's not being like replenished by items. It really does become the focal part of this of your your setup. You know, your primary fire kind of becomes secondary, and your secondary becomes even less secondary. Tertiary? Is that the correct word? I'm not sure. We should have really countered those back. There's really no reason we're taking this much damage on the brink of destruction here when we. Yeah, really no need for that, for sure. So, because of some stupid play, we're gonna have to tiptoe with this boss. However, you know, I mean, the fruit pickups are do heal you. And there we go, before even the fight starts, we can kind of eliminate her set of hands on that one side of her. And then there we go, this. So now we can just focus on just eliminating her. Or eat it hard right there. So there goes our 1cc, even on our like on our big boasty sort of type CC, or type C rather. Jesus Christ. Yeah, eating it hard right there against that big wall of bullets. So that really shows us and really serves us to yeah, not be so stringent with our countering abilities. Thankfully, in later videos, we do correct that. But for this one, yeah, it's a harsh lesson to, you know, even when it comes to, you know, those fast, you know, bullets like that we just had against those sort of like, you know, the water skimmer guys. You know, we should just counter them back. You know, it's really no harm to do so. I'm not sure what we did to get that special item, but thankfully we did. Oh, and there we have. We picked up, what was it, the fairy, I think? Again, I'm not sure what we did to pick that up, but... Yeah, and that's kind of what we should be doing right there is, you know, even when there's a small amount of bullets making us dodge, we should just kind of counter them and send them back. Not saying dodging is the worst thing ever, but when we have an almost unlimited gauge, we should take advantage of just using that against our opponents, you know. Yeah, as you can tell, we're making some foolish moves when we could just kind of send everything back. Tremor worm here. Do want to watch out for those lasers. So we can send just about anything back. Except for those lasers. Those lasers are still going to deal quite a lot of damage. Although we have done a good job of healing up from our previous mistakes. Well, as I speak, right? Uh, Pretty moronic stuff. Now you can see that there's like two different colors in our health, and it looks like the darker maybe is the most recent damage. That looks like it can be kind of quickly healed back with items. You can tell with each fruit it attacks back a little bit more. Well, we were almost able to bring it back all the way to like maybe the first notch there, but thankfully dodging the tail there. We do have that sort of gem that does kind of save us and kind of encapsulates us from the first death, although we kind of already suffered that against the last boss. And just really showing the power of Type C here. Able to just kind of use our alternative fire with our countering ability, and then just melt bosses. And able to take that sort of like free man type of red gem onto the next stage as well. 4 of 10 of the little special items. We did pick up one of the fairies. It looks like there was 3, but we were able to pick up 1. Yeah, I gotta watch out for those. Yeah, going off to the side of him and using an alt fire just to quickly kill him is probably the best way of doing that. Considering I don't think there's an efficient way of countering those towers. And now we're certainly coming across the, stages of the game that they're going to give us a lot of bullets, and it's kind of what I said in the demo, as well as like kind of what I've said in our time spending with Gray's counter as well, where it's kind of like, when you have such a when you have a counter gauge and you have like such freedom with your counter gauge, these levels almost not necessarily are easier, but they're almost playing into your hand at this point, where the last thing that they really should be thinking about is just covering the stage in bullets. However, something fast and speedy like that will still get by and deal us a point of damage. Probably not the best play there. I think we were kind of suspecting that his bullets were going to come by and get us, but never did, and we wasted a lot of our sort of counter hits just waiting for him. Oh no, it's another tremor worm of the purple-headed variety. Luckily, this... There we go. We're luckily able to take care of him pretty well. Yeah, and again, showing the absolute power of Type C here. Just stay out of the way of those lasers. Yeah, that's how it goes. And we actually had to hit, a sort of block of damage on us as well that was completely healed, just because you can just sit in a sort of cloud of bullets and just send it all back, and sort of get points and heal from the from all the shots you've returned. Oh, hello. But the lasers are still going to be a thing. How we were not killed by or hit by that, I have no idea. That was pretty close, if not like spot on. I'm not sure how that. We did kind of just strangely just stand there and just wait for the lasers to hit us, but pretty well timed there. I think we're figuring out a lot of these attack patterns from these enemies that are kind of mixing lasers with bullets. Well, as I say it, right? So we're not going into this boss with a clear health bar. One notch of damage, or about one notch of damage. So we're going to switch to our alt fire, as well as our countering. However, our counter gauge quickly slipped away there. And actually, there goes our that sort of gem that we had as well. And there's our life. So really, ultimately, we have to know when we're fighting these bosses when to kind of cool it with our counter gauge and not just like waste it. You know, at what points they're going to kind of, you know, shoot a ton of bullets, and what points they're just going to sit back and shoot lasers. Because there's no point of us holding the counter gauge button when they're not firing, you know, a cloud of bullets at us. And I think that's kind of the lesson learned out of that boss there. As for all intents and purposes, you know, we lost 2 lives. I mean, we certainly haven't. This isn't as bad as what we were playing with Type A, but certainly not that good either. Although we were just awarded another sort of revive gem there. Despite the fact we may not really deserve it, to be completely honest. And these later levels really do turn into counter everything and avoid the lasers. That's really ultimately the scheme of it. When it at least comes to the levels, the bosses provide their own sort of individual challenge, as we're finding out. Tons of bullets back there, and a little slow to get to that cloud, but pretty much instantly healed as well. That's the weird thing, is that you know, we can take damage and then pretty much get instantly healed. Here we are with the white slime bullets, you know, and the fleshy walls that gave us trouble last time. However, it looks like that is still not going to make any, still not going to do any better. Oh, there goes our free life gem. That was pretty foolish. However, able to make quick work of him. Gonna have to watch out for those green lasers as well. When those enemies shoot that green laser, it's not counterable. It's pretty much a laser, although it's not kind of indicated with the same sort of color scheme. But yes, you can't counter that sort of swirling green mass, so do not want to stand in front of them. Good stuff, good stuff. Even dropping some fire to the enemies that have yet really spawned on the top of the screen. Maybe a little foolish holding on to the counter that long. Yeah, and we're punished for it. You know, a good few seconds there waiting for the next barrage of enemies and attacks to show up, and they didn't show up. And then they're sitting at like a fraction of our gauge left. And then when it ran out, we got hit. So yeah, foolish play. And got punished for it. But with as much, yeah, like but what I pointed out is that, like, you know, but as foolish as your play can be, you know, you get so much countering, so many items that you are healed, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, do you really learn from your mistakes, or you just kind of take advantage of the fact that there's just so many bullets and so much to counter? Oh, weird. This is another tricky stage, or part of the stage, rather, where we have to face an enemy that's shooting lasers, but doesn't necessarily shoot a lot back. So this is quite the bait area when it comes to... They try to take your counter gauge away. Yeah. Deadly stuff there. Some nice, large lasers. And then killing us with some bullets. So there they go. You know, it's a pretty smart boss or enemy there. You have these sort of pipes that have sort of one weak area, given by that sort of yellow area, yellow ball, and then the pink bullets that show up. We do not want to waste our counter gauge messing around too long with it, because there's a particular point that we want to jump in and counter. And it looks like we did okay. Alright, final boss. We've died a few times. Not the proudest, not the best looking run ever. But we do get better. We got 3 forms here. It quickly goes the first one. This is another part where we do want to show some restraint with our counter gauge, because we are now just like sitting at, yeah, we were sitting at no counter whatsoever, because we were just sitting there waiting for bullets that never came. One of those silver pipes. Final form here. Nice laser of death that we were able to just kind of avoid there, but also standing in her face with your counter gauge, with your alt fire up, this almost seems like the perfect place to kind of stay. Dying mode unlocked, which is a like ultra hard mode of some variety. Alright, so there's that run. Certainly not the prettiest ever, and certainly not a 1cc, despite the fact that we reached the credits. So we're certainly going to do better in the next videos. And with the backlog that I have going on, we certainly are going to... we're certainly going to reach some better goals than that. Despite this showing here with the first place. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. I'll come back and play some more Tenta Shooter in the future.